This is Sid and Millie Chats. I'm Sid,
I'm Millie.
and we invite you to be a fly on our wall. So we just finished up watching the FA Cup game, Manchester United versus Arsenal. Manchester United came out on top, which we love to see.
Yeah, it was such a good result, honestly. The Man United page. Sorry, were you
No,
gonna say anything?
please take it away,
All right. Well, the
Millie.
Manchester United page tweeted out just justice,
Justice.
and it was poetic. That's poetic. I
Yeah.
mean, we got so many unjust calls, so many unjust like the penalty, so many kind of bogus things
Yeah.
happened throughout the match. So for all of those things to go against United and then to turn it around,
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
yeah.
love to see it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
really good result.
Absolutely. Because, yeah, I mean, I feel like they had us in the first half. First half was not looking great.
Yeah, I mean the first half honestly put everybody to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean the first half was just not fun to watch at all. Like not for United fans and probably not for them either. As much as they love having possession and, passing the ball around, like
Mhm.
it was still minimal for everybody.
Yeah.
First half was forgettable. If you didn't watch the first half, you didn't miss
Anything.
a lot. The first half was completely uneventful. I guess barring Dallo. Well, did Dallo get his first yellow card in the first half?
I think so.
He did. Okay. Well,
I
I
don't
guess
remember
that
that.
was the only impactful
Yeah.
thing that carried weight into the second half.
Right.
We obviously, I think in the first half, one thing that was highlighted was kind of like the referee kind of making the game about himself. So we kind of just started seeing like how many calls he was missing, how many calls were going in favor of like the Arsenal players. I don't know. I don't know if he rode in with them.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Was he on their side?
Yeah, it literally
Paid
doesn't make
off.
sense.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we don't have to get into the speculations, but something just wasn't right because the calls were just way too skewed. I mean, the
Yeah.
one with Bruno Fernandes at the top of the box, I mean, it's a beautiful layoff. He's obviously about to shoot and someone stepped on his Achilles heel. And
Yeah.
we're talking maybe 3 yards from the referee and he's missed it.
Just didn't call it.
And
Yeah.
and then Bruno Fernandes, of course, gets the yellow card for dissent. But why can't you show emotion? Like I was
know.
pissed off. I was yelling at the TV too. So if I'm feeling this way, surely the player who just got stomped on is feeling
has some right to
Yeah.
be angry about it.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. So that was just like kind of disappointing. And obviously Bruno's goal in the second half kind of shows that how big those opportunities are for him.
Yes.
Cut back to the top of the 18 for a player like him is almost a goal more oftentimes than not. So that play in the first half, it was a serious foul.
Yeah.
And could have been a goal scoring opportunity. And obviously we
Just taken away. Literally never will know if that would have amounted to anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so apart from all the subpar refereeing, and I can't believe like the words are leaving my mouth, but we actually missed VAR today because VAR would have actually helped us a little
That's
bit.
true.
Like the Maguire penalty, absolute nonsense. That's never a penalty in any facet form of what a penalty kick is supposed to
Yeah.
be. That's not it. So VAR might have saved that, might have been able to pull that back and say, hey, this is the wrong call.
Yeah. For anyone that missed the game, what was
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, it's pretty crazy to think about, but I mean, Maguire is standing there. He's in a defensive position. The attacker has pushed in the process of running, initiated the contact with Maguire. His
Mhm.
leg has hit Maguire's leg first because Maguire, again, is in a defensive position. The guy has initiated the contact, and then Maguire's arm is maybe mid stomach, chest height. And the guy, like most of the Arsenal players, goes down screaming, acting like the world's ending. I don't even know what he was holding.
right, because they were checking his leg.
Right.
But
yeah,
I mean, I only saw his arm lightly tap him.
Right. I mean, similar to like the Martinez thing
Yeah.
from the first half, right? Like he got a yellow card and we're all looking around like,
For what?
What's happened?
Yeah.
But the Arsenal player is screaming, die on the ground, holding his leg, rolling around, and all of us have our hands up like this. Is the contact in the room with us? Yeah, I don't know. So they do, even though they're out of the FA Cup, Arsenal really does deserve a Grammy. Is that no? Sorry, not a Grammy. They deserve an Oscar.
An Oscar.
Whatever the one is
There's
for
a lot
acting.
of them.
Yeah, there is a lot of random awards. They deserve whichever one you get for acting.
Yeah.
Because the diving, the theatrics, what are you accomplishing? Anyway, let's not speak too much about the other side.
They don't deserve
right
energy.
Exactly, especially because United are obviously the trophy holders, obviously the ones who have something to defend, unlike them. So thankfully the guys really pulled it through.
Absolutely.
And I think like the character that the lads showed, it was really, really inspiring. So going down to 10 men, being down a man for majority of the game.
It was quite, when Dalot got sent off.
Dalot got his second yellow, sent off, maybe like around 60 minutes.
Yeah, so, it was really early in the second half.
Right. So they went the whole rest of the second half and all of
extra
time down a man and really like fought through that. So to the United lads, that was a performance. Some grit. Yeah.
That was good.
100%. That was a performance to be proud of. So hands out, big claps to all the lads. That was fantastic. What a performance. Way to fight, way to stick with it, stick to the program. Yes. They were disciplined. And yeah, that's how you get it done. And they did that today. So that was really exciting to see.
Absolutely. Yeah. Did we touch on the goals and everything already? Like who scored? Bruno?
Yeah, Bruno scored. We talked about it a little bit, just like how...
Was it the one goal?
It was the one, yeah.
Goal,
so,
sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
Was I watching the game?
you were there.
I was in the room.
Yeah, you were there. But, yeah, so it ended 1-1.
Right.
So their goal was just some, deflected nonsense off the set piece. It wasn't even, a good goal per normal. But our goal was a beautifully well-worked goal, transition, good passing, good movement, great switch of the field. And then, Garnacho got the ball. Beautiful layoff to Bruno. And he doesn't waste opportunities like that. So I guess that kind of is a good segue into our standouts for today.
Yes.
Because there were so many standouts. First of all, so many of the lads put in, phenomenal performances. But I think obviously some names just kept on ringing. So
who were our standouts?
So I think we'll start from the back. Keeper Bayadere was phenomenal. There were questions about Arsenal's goal they scored. Could he have caught it? The one that he punched, it kind of went straight up.
Right, okay.
But at the end of the day, that's redemption. He saved a penalty in the normal game.
Yeah.
That helped us get to extra time. He made immense saves throughout, and he saved a penalty in the shootout. That's a serious performance. So Bayadere did Turkey very proud, did United very proud. He was phenomenal for the entire game. So hats off to him coming in for Onana and putting in a performance.
Showing what he's got.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really good to see. From the back, I think Martinez was good. I think De Ligt was also massive. He had, that goal line save late in the second half, which was huge. But I think from the defensive line, the hero of the day, you know who it was.
Maguire.
Yeah. Harry Maguire. Just absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. Well, he didn't make it to the end of the game. He picked up a knock. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but the guy was phenomenal. Yeah. Every header, so many tackles, great in his passing. His long ball is what started the goal that we scored. Okay. So his redemption story has been unbelievable, but got to give him his flowers. The guy was fantastic today.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire was phenomenal. When Euro came on, he did really well, made sure to continue that same energy, winning balls in the air, winning tackles. But I think for me of the back three, the standout was Harry for the
Mm-hmm.
game that he had. But yeah, those guys, De Ligt and Martinez, also had really good games.
Yeah.
So yeah, that of the back three, those would be that would be my top performer. And then I guess moving into the midfield.
Or who was your standout in the midfield?
So in the midfield, definitely, I think who had a massive game again. Manu, phenomenal, start to finish. I mean, that's a world class player.
Yeah.
Ugarte was massively important. I mean, winning the balls that he wins in the midfield, that is what allows us to play, and what kind of sets the organization for the other guys in the midfield to win the ball back higher up the field. So Ugarte was massive again, and I mean, have to give the huge flowers to Bruno Fernandes
Of
once
course.
again. I mean, the guy works endlessly. He's a creative genius. He's now gotten more goals for Man United than David Beckham.
Wow, yeah.
Which is a crazy
That's a great
statistic.
stat.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what Bruno brings to the game, it can't be ignored against any of the big teams we play against. Bruno Fernandes once again just highlights how important he is to the team.
Yeah.
You have people who say he's too emotional, say, whatever you want to say about him. The guy's class. You don't put on performances like this day in and day out, work that hard for your team, for your teammates, and for the badge, and not earn your respect. So
100%.
yeah, Bruno Fernandes, phenomenal. Probably the man of the match. I think it'd probably be safe to say. He probably was the man of the match. I'm sure we'll check this afterwards.
Yeah.
He'll probably get that. And he deserves it. He was phenomenal. Really an important player in the midfield. Flowers though to Toby Collier, who got some minutes. It's really cool seeing like the academy products come through.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so Collier was another one of those guys that Ten Hag was very interested in bringing into the first team. And so it's awesome to see him finally getting some minutes with the first team. And he did really well.
Yeah, he did.
He came in for Manu, I think around the 80th minute mark.
Okay.
And so he played the rest of full time and then both extra times. And he really didn't miss a beat. He was phenomenal. So Toby Collier, really well done in the midfield when he came in. So that's really good to see. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
To have another academy graduate producing and looking good. So that would be it from the midfield. The wing backs, obviously, Dalot got sent off. That's really all there is to say about that. And Mazraoui, just a kind of like a piece of the foundation, I guess. He's just a consistent performer. He just does his job day in and day out. So shout out to Mazraoui for doing that. Wasn't anything crazy today, but again, like, he's a piece of the foundation. You need him. He's an important piece of what United is building, and I think he plays a massively important role.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he did well. So that's probably it from the midfield.
Yeah. What about up top? Any standouts?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, Garnacho got another assist. That's back-to-back assists for Garnacho. Last assist against Liverpool, today against Arsenal. So good to see Garnacho getting some form. He got the start today, which was really good to see. Obviously, Aman's dealing with a little bit of an injury.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's a good show of confidence that Garnacho got to start in such a big game.
Facts.
And yeah, he played well, created that assist. Again, the first half was very quiet. There wasn't really much going on. But in the second half, when the game came to life, he played a good role, got a good assist. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Love those stats for him. Ahmad was fantastic once he came on, per normal.
Of course.
I was a little bit worried about him just because, like, you never want a player dealing with an injury.
Right.
To be in such a momentous game where he's going to have to go all out. But, but thankfully he was all good. And,
Ahmad was injured.
He wasn't like fully injured, but he had like some sort of like injury, which is why
Oh,
they
okay.
were like what's it called, like limiting his minutes.
Got it.
But like this week he just signed his long-term Man United contract.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
Mhm,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So really exciting that he'll be at the club for like another 5 years.
Wow.
So,
Very cool.
so yeah, so lots of Ahmad time we will have, and I'm sure that's a name that we'll be talking about a ton of
Definitely,
time.
yeah.
So yeah, so he was really good. Hoyland, pretty quiet game for him.
Yeah.
But the guy Xerxes,
Yeah.
man, Xerxes, when he came on, he lit up the game. Even being down a man, he changes the way United are able to play. His composure and his hold up play, the way he's able to like be confident on the ball, it allows the rest of the squad time to join him in the attack. So especially in a game where we're down a man, right? So we were defending very far back in our own half. So it's so important to have a player that can be composed and keep the ball. And Xerxes did that. And he did more than that. He wasn't just keeping the ball. He was beating players, turning, spraying the ball wide. So yeah, the guy was phenomenal. And I think he's probably, and I think if we're all being honest about it, Xerxes maybe might be time for him to be in that starting role.
Yeah.
I think having a forward like him that really allows the rest of the team to join in the attack, whilst also keeping the ball for us, it's immensely important for the way United wants to build. And yeah, we really didn't keep the ball up top until Xerxes got into the field.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, and then obviously he scored the last penalty to get us across the line. So that was really cool to see, because he's a young player and has a lot of talent, just like a lot of our squad is a lot of like young players who have a lot of talent. So they keep showing these like moments of kind of like brilliance where we're just like, this player could be serious.
You could see them like growing with the team.
Yeah. And I think today you could really see that everybody was really bought into the idea, bought into the system. And even though like the first half wasn't that lucrative, we can sit through a boring first half. Yeah. If at least we don't concede a goal, at least it gives us a chance to go and win it in the second half. Yeah. Which the lads did today.
They did that.
So yeah, massive performance. But yeah, Xerxes, huge standout. Bruno Fernandes, huge. Ugarte was huge. Mainu had a great game. These guys really performed really well. And then like at the back, Maguire and Bayadir were phenomenal.
Killed it.
So that a lot of standouts, but they played really well, and the lads they did everybody proud today.
They did, yeah, absolutely.
So with that said, obviously United are into the next round of the FA Cup,
which is exciting.
Yeah, we'll have to see who we end up drawing for that one. Hopefully it's not another Big Six team.
I don't know. Seems like we've been performing better against them than the lower.
Yeah, no, that's actually a great point. Yeah, maybe we do just need all top teams like as our next lineup
come through,
because the lads definitely have been showing up for those games. But yeah, I think today was immensely positive, immensely good performance as a team, a good group performance. A lot of you used the word earlier, grit.
Grit.
A lot of grit to get through that game, being a man down. And I think they made the fans proud, and that's a performance they should be proud of as well. And let's just hope that United takes that momentum into the next game, because that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
We're back to back with good performances, so if we could put in a third,
it's gonna be like set the momentum up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Forward.
That'd be great to see. So yeah,
those were our thoughts on the Manchester United versus Arsenal game in the FA Cup today. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far,
the match today. Come on, Bruno, get 10 lad.